Wagwan, my people. Quick thing before we kick off. The views where you hear upon the Father to Father podcast, them strictly. The hosts, guests, and contributors. Them now represent Catholic Notebook, Spirit Stream Studios, the diocese, university, or any affiliated groups, you see me? And remember, this podcast is strictly for adult ears, so listen up with discretion.
Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet. A place for the soul, where wisdom speaks. Hope in the message, strength in the beat. Welcome to Father, where life and faith meet.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Whew, not much, dog.
Dog, it's been, you know what? It's been a week. It's been a week.
It's been beyond a week. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to let you know right now. We're just going to set the tone. I have got my groove back.
Welcome back.
My energy is back. I'm feeling good. I was fighting sickness. I was fighting exhaustion. I was fighting other people. But the reality is I'm back. I feel pretty good. Let's get into the show.
You know what? Hey, but before we get into the show, since you're feeling good, I got something for you. I was watching this, and you know how, like, you know, Lent's coming and going and all that stuff. We're getting ready for Easter. We're getting ready for, you know, Jesus and everything, right?
Jesus and everything.
Jesus and everything. I found this, and I was just like, Father Greg.
It's a Friday in Lent, you should be eating some fish. Our cod is Atlantic cod. It's the flavor you remember from the parish basement. Our cod is Atlantic cod. And the Lord will always love you even though you are a sinner. He died on the cross but still you chose to leave. You can only make it up to him by eating fish for dinner. And his mercy you shall receive. Our cod is Atlantic cod. It's fried in a batter of beer and served on a pretzel bun. Our cod is Atlantic cod.
Do you smell the fish? What?
Yo, so that just got me. I was like, this is great. This is great. It's just cheesy enough and just well done enough to be in that sweet spot of like priestly ridiculousness.
Mm-hmm. But it's
then
not too crazy that you open the comment section and there's someone being like, you need to take this down. This is what Satan wants. I'm like, all right. Okay,
but
Jonathan.
It's fun. It's like, yo, our cod is Atlantic cod. You're like, dang. It is true. It is true. Because there's something about the basement beer battered fish that just hits different.
From the Knights of Columbus.
It just hits different. I was just like,
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. But you know what? You could be a further service to us if you open up that second browser. Scroll down. You see where it says rating, leave a comment? Do both. It doesn't cost you anything. 5 stars, say, hey, I love these guys. Oh, I love Father Greg's voice. He makes it sound really great. Oh, I love Dr. Gio's voice. He just, ooh.
No one's ever said that.
No one's ever said that. No one's ever said that. No one's ever said that. They're just like, Dr. Gio, you made a good point. That's about it.
Exactly. It makes me feel bad, but I know it's right.
I know it's right. Oh, shoot. You ready to get started, man?
Always.
Whew.
Yo, Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt, but just
Ready for some Hear Me Outs?
Yeah.
Hey, you already know what it is. Hear me out. 5 stars. You did nothing more than 1 star. You got confession on Thursdays. And if you're a church, do confession on Thursdays. Let us know. Catholic/Father. Catholic/.
F to F.
But hear me out. I only stayed because leaving would have made him win. Listen. Okay, I know how that sounds, but you have to understand the context before you start labeling things.
I feel like I already get it, but please continue.
My name's Jasmine. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I've been with Derek for 4 years. It wasn't always messy. In the beginning, he was attentive, constant, and always made me feel like I was chosen. Then slowly, not even in a dramatic way, things started shifting. Little comments, little comparisons, moments that ballooned into something that they didn't start as. I was constantly overthinking. He was constantly overthinking. It was just a big thing. There was never really one big explosion point, but everybody was always slightly on edge. And then one night during an argument, he said, "You're not going anywhere. You don't have the backbone for it."
Ooh.
And I laughed in his face, loud, mocking. And I said, "Watch me, punk."
Ooh.
She obviously this is they changed
Yeah,
the
they
word.
changed it up. I can feel it. I can feel it.
But I sat back and I started realizing it. You know, I wasn't really going to go anywhere. Because it wasn't about the relationship. It was about what he thought of me.
Oh.
And I realized if I left right then and there, it would have confirmed exactly what he believed. So I stayed. But not in a soft way. I stayed and I got strategic.
That scares me.
It was a lot of spite and side eye, and I started holding my tongue mid-conversation. Like, yeah, you like that? Don't you? Look at me not reacting. Look at me being calm. Look at me being the bigger person. I'd be cooking in the kitchen, making his making his food like, yeah, extra sugar and cookies today. How you like that? You taste that love? You taste that love?
I feel like this is reverse psychology. I feel like he's probably really happy. Like, I don't understand.
I would come home and clean the house and be like, yeah, you like that clean house? You like that peace? You like
Probably.
the internal satisfaction of knowing that
Probably,
there's not
yeah.
chaos? And whenever I would feel anger, I'd just swallow it and be like, it's not worth it. Not because I forgave him, but because I wanted for him to know I was in full control. Over time, I just stopped nitpicking. I stopped having a headache and I started being more available and more present. And he started working out and he started running and coming home refreshed, wanting to spend quality time with me. And our sex life went through the roof. To be honest, never felt more attractive in my life. Our conversations got smoother. We weren't like arguing anymore. I was actually paying attention to what he was saying. He was paying attention to what I was saying and bringing it up later in conversations. People started saying like we looked like the ideal couple, that we were really satisfied with life and we were happy with how things were going in our life. He even made life easier for me, anticipating some of the things that I had been saying for years. And then it hit me. Was it always me? Because the more I adjusted, the more... I'm sorry. This was so wholesome. I forgot where we were. We're at Hear Me Out. We're not just at like, wholesome updates. Because the more I adjusted, the better everything got. And then I was sitting there like, damn, was I the problem the whole time? Because now he stops himself and says, hey, the way that I came across was harsh. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. You know what? Let me go run you some bathwater.
Ooh.
And I'm sitting here going, what's going on? But here's the problem. And this is the problem that I have now. I had a plan, a full 18-month plan, structured.
Golly.
I thought it out. I was going to level myself up and go on a 10-day trip with my girls to the Bahamas, come back and move to a brand new state. Clean break. I even got the job.
Ooh.
And around month 9, I was supposed to emotionally detach and start pivoting it away. But now everything got better. He's talking about taking me to France and Germany. Now we're laughing again. He's coming home and he's buying me Tiffany bracelets. This was never supposed to be part of the plan. And now I just feel stuck. Like, I don't know what to do. And I can't justify it anymore. Did I lose the plot? Like, is it always supposed to be this way? Am I the problem? Because right now, I don't even know who I am anymore, or what this relationship was, or if I accidentally ruined my relationship by being more emotionally mature.
Okay.
But hear me out. I only stayed because leaving would have made him win. Do you need a recap?
I guess.
Yo, basically, she peer pressured her way. She peer pressured herself.
She peer pressured herself.
And she bullied herself into being
better?
a better person.
I really don't. That's the best way I can say it. She really did peer pressure herself to being a better person. Yeah.
Like, she did it. She's like, yeah, you like that cookie? You like that extra love? You like that extra love in your cookies? There's a little bit more sugar than I normally put. How you like that? Like, like what?
He loved it.
He did. And he's like, he started working out. He started coming home and making me feel like I was the only person in the world for him. Mm-hmm. I felt sexier than I've ever felt in my whole life. Mm-hmm. Amazing, isn't it? Yo, what killed it for both of us is she's like, am I the problem? Was I the problem the whole time? Like, maybe, yes.
And that's why I say I can't say it.
Yeah.
I can't say it because if I say it, it's an attack. But if you realize it yourself, then we can work with something.
I'm just gonna let you know this for free. Yes, you were the problem the entire time.
I mean,
because here's the thing. In any situation, if you change, this is what I always tell people: control what you can control. Mm-hmm. If you had changed all these things that you were doing, these are all things within your control. Because everything she listed wasn't he did something.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning she was talking about he's not doing this, he's not doing this, he's not doing this, he's not doing this. And then it flipped to, well, I'm changing what I can control. I'm putting a little bit more sugar. I'm not jumping down his throat about X, Y, and Z. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden the response and reaction she got was he's now anticipating my needs.
Yes.
He's now he's working out. I'm feeling more desired because when he comes home, he wants me. He's not trying to avoid me. Mm-hmm. If I was doing a double-blind placebo study, because that's what I do now, right? That tells me the only variable that changed was you. So I'm sorry, boo-boo. It was you the entire time. I mean, that it's the only conclusion you're left with, because if you changed what you put into the environment and you got more out of the environment, then it was you. Now, what that does to your psyche is it does mess it up a little bit, because now you're realizing, man, I'm not as great as it was, but that's good that it happened in this way. It's structured.
That's true.
And your husband is now supporting you in a very impactful and very good way.
And not only did you do and kind of run this experiment unwillingly, but you ran this experiment, but you did it in a controlled environment where you gained. Yeah. I've never seen this before.
Yeah. Like, to be fair, usually these things end horribly.
Yes.
Because you take it, you either, one of two things, like typically three things happen, three outcomes happen. Mm-hmm. A, what just happened, mm-hmm. which is interesting, right? But that takes the person being consistent, and it takes the person like committing. And the thing is, I think her problem was she was expecting the other one of two options. Either he remains exactly the same and she has justification to leave, or he gets worse and takes advantage of the whole situation.
Yeah.
But because she was consistent, his reaction was, oh, there are things that I'm doing that it's me. I need to change my life. And he didn't make a grand pronouncement about it. Mm-hmm. He was just like, I'm just going to change because now the inputs are different. What I'm getting out of the situation is much different. Mm-hmm. She's not complaining, oh, I got a headache. I don't want to do anything tonight. She's like, let's get it. And I'm like, what? I got to get my cardio up. I gotta start working out. I got to start doing things because now I get to come home and have fun. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. I don't get nagged like that. You know what, honey? I apologize. That's on me. I should have done a much better at articulating how I felt in this situation. Mm-hmm. She did the thing that I used to tell couples all the time, which is love him out of spite, love her out of spite. And if nothing in your life changes, it wasn't you. But if everything in your life changes, it was you. You didn't have self-control. That's what it is. It's a lack of self-control.
That's tough.
So to be fair, you bullied yourself into compliance.
But so it's the best possible situation you can be in, because it's not like you realized that you were the problem and now you got to go somewhere and lick your wounds and hurt your ego.
But the thing was, she set this whole thing up so she could leave.
Yes.
And now she can't leave. Well, I mean, she could still leave, but the problem is there's no justification for
There's
it.
no justification, and you're going to lose something that could be really good for you.
Right. You better hope that job can be virtual.
Yeah.
Or if it's not that far away, you said a completely new state, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you don't have to make tough choices now.
That's true. That's true. The same way you had a plan to leave this individual, you can have another plan to keep this relationship going and get even better.
Facts. So what are you giving her? I'm giving her
I give her a 4.
a 4. Yeah, because
Only because, like, she was going down and then she came back up when she realized, I think I'm the problem. I was like, I've never heard something like this before.
yeah, it's the level of self-awareness that she gained through the experience. It's like, I'm the issue here. I give her a 4. The only thing that's keeping it from me on 5 is that she's still trying to contemplate an exit strategy. She's like, how do I still make this work my original timeline and not have to deal with negative fallout?
My goodness.
That's about it. All right, did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Captain.org/father, Captain.org/F2F.
Yo,
But hear me out.
Father Greg, Dr. G, what's good? I know it sounds clear, I know it's misunderstood. The story's wild, yes, out there, no doubt. But just lean in close, just hear me out. Hear me out.
Back when I needed a man, all I got handed was traps. Said, boy, go be great, but gave me no pass, so I bled from the faith I know I still had. Good advice don't come cheap. Real ones ran wisdom, don't tweet. Now I walk through the dark trying not to repeat the same fake love that they handed to me. They come to me now like I know the route. Big bro, what's the play? Can you help me out? And I tried not to laugh, but I see myself back when I was broke, begging somebody else. Ain't no manual for this, just pressure and heat. You get burnt by the ones that you thought brought peace. Told my little man, don't believe what you see. Even angels fall hard when they run in the
You ready for some fatherly advice?
Yeah.
All right, so it's fatherly advice. You know what it is. Send your emails, CatholicReport.org/father. It's CatholicReport.org/
F2F.
You just scroll on and you'll click on a segment that just says fatherly advice. Type your thing in and it'll get to our inbox and goes to the Catholic research team. They will get it together. And these are like, they do their best to try to bunch it up in themes. These themes are just parents asking questions. So they just, want advice and things like that. We have quite a bit. There's a lot of parents that came in and asked questions. So
okay.
We'll get through as many as we can and then we'll just continue and do what we can do. All right. Let's start with the first one. This one comes from San Francisco, California. And again, imagine the Dear Father Greg and Dr. Gio. I'm not going to say that over and over again. Okay. So I was in pottery class. I didn't want to go, but my friend dragged me because she said I needed hobbies that didn't involve my phone. Fine, whatever. I got there and everyone was super into it. Shaping bowls, cups, whatever. Mine looked like a collapsed tortilla. At one point, the instructor came over and asked what I was making. And I said, honestly, whatever everyone else is making. And she just paused. Not mean, but just paused. And then I realized I hadn't made a single decision that entire night. Not what to shape, not what to fix, not even what color glaze to pick. I just followed whoever went before me, even when I didn't like what they chose. And now I'm sitting here holding this weird clay thing I didn't even want, thinking, if I keep letting others decide small things for me, am I actually capable of choosing anything meaningful when it matters? That's my question. Love to hear the advice. Thanks.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that.
Well, the fact that it came in such like an innocent way too,
Yeah.
where it was just like, you're at pottery class and your friend's like, yo, you got to do something other than your phone. You're like, all right, fine, whatever. And then you realize halfway through, you're like, I haven't made a decision here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally just following, which to be fair, that is making a decision.
Yeah.
You decided that, hey, you're just going to do whatever someone else is doing in front of you. And you're like, but I don't like it. And it's like, well, yeah, but that was the decision you made to follow the person in front of you, which does put you in a weird spot, especially when you're trying to be empowering to yourself.
Yeah.
And it does put you in a weird space mentally as well, because you're sitting there going like, but this isn't me. I'm doing what the expectation I believe is, but I'm not doing what I want. But the decisions I'm making is more reflective of what the environment I'm under, as I understand it, not so much of, hey, this is my input. And so in some cases it's fine because you're like, the consequences, positive and negative, are negligible and I don't care. But in other cases where there are monumental life decisions, doing what someone did before you may not be the best mode.
And there's a whole generation that came before us, a couple generations that came before us, that didn't ask those questions.
No.
Their responsibility, and not to like down punch on anybody, but their responsibility was to build up their families, build up their culture, then build up their country by the people that came before them.
But you know what? I would even take it a step further, because when you look at certain groups of people, and you see this a lot in like certain generations, you're like, oh, I know all of a sudden you're a Gen X. You are part of that generation that people are, you didn't ask any questions growing up. You just did whatever.
Silent generation.
As soon as I ask you a question, you don't really know. You get upset.
Yeah.
And then you lash out and you go back. Because here's my thing. The older people, like I'm talking about like World War II, right? They knew why they did what they did.
Yes.
It was a purposeful thing. Not everyone, but a majority of people knew.
Yeah.
Then they gave birth to the baby boomers, right? Who the baby boomers watched their parents and they were just like, oh, yeah, we know, in quotation marks. And it's like, okay, there's maybe a little bit more understanding there. But then when you gave birth to Gen X, they don't know. Like you talk to somebody like a baby boomer, Gen X, and like a millennial, you get this wide range of things, but the anger decreases over time. And part of it is the autonomy and decision making, where it's like our generation, millennials, we have this issue where we're seen as being rebellious to the order.
Yes.
But it's not that we're rebellious to the order. We're just asking basic questions that the order refuses to acknowledge.
But that's only one side of them too, because the other side, who wants to be loyal to the order, goes to a college, not saying anything against college. I love college. Go and get yourself educated, but goes to a college, gets a whole bunch of debt to go into some field that they feel moderately, strong about, and they get a job, whether they're getting a little bit of money or a lot of money, and they're burnt out 5 years in because they realize they don't actually want to do that.
Right.
They're just doing what somebody else told them to do.
Well, because that was here's the thing. It's easy to follow what someone else wants you to do when it pans out the way it panned out for them.
Yes.
So if you're a silent generation, you were told if you go to college, you'll get a higher paying job. You can, on one salary, you can have wife, 2 kids, plus money in the bank, plus, retirement,
pension,
all that stuff. You can buy your house on a white picket fence and all that stuff. And that came true after the war, the GI Bill and all that stuff. Then your kids grew up in those baby boomers grew up in that environment.
Yes.
Where they followed. But the problem was, when you look at the baby boomers, they realized halfway through, who's going to take care of us when we're old? Who's going to take care of us when things go south? And so they just kept hoarding stuff. And it's not, I'm using very generalities so that we can just have the conversation. But it's like, when you look at it, that generation that was born in that time space, they benefited from having the same environment, not recognizing that once you change the environment, you change the incentive structure. Now you're creating these dead spaces. And so the millennials come through after Gen X, and Gen X are just like, yeah, screw it. Screw it.
That's exactly it.
That whole detached mentality comes from that. It's like, okay, because they got the benefit from the baby boomers, but they're not providing the benefit moving forward.
Nope.
And so now if you're our age, you're in your 30s, you don't have a house, most likely.
Nah.
If you do, you are in a weird space where it's like, yeah, we finally got enough money to buy a house after being together for X amount of years in this apartment, and we pulled resources to do X, Y, and Z.
Or it was given to you by your family.
Because that was the thing that, saved us in that case. And it's just like, what do you do?
I don't know.
From a spiritual perspective, though,
Yeah.
this idea of, because I can go from a mental, like a psychological perspective, making a decision, right? Because instantly
Right.
I'm like, you are making a decision. You're not recognizing you're making a decision because you're just following, but the act of following in and of itself is a decision that you're making. You're like, I'm going to go low threshold in this. From a spiritual perspective, how is it that you can get a person from going, I'm just going to follow what's in front of me, to I'm actively engaging with my life?
Oh, that's a great question. And the reason why I said I love this so much at the beginning of this question, because as a spiritual director, this is exactly what I want to hear. This is like a moment you're having an awakening, because once you see it, it feels like an attack when I say it. If I come to you and I say, you're not making any decisions, how are you going to know what you want to do until you make a decision about your
Yeah,
life?
that sounds aggressive.
It sounds, no matter how I say it.
Right.
I didn't even raise my voice when I said that.
Right.
And it feels like I'm personally attacking the direction of your life, and I'm not. I'm asking a question. But the fact that you had this awakening on your own means that you are on a path of figuring out, oh, I am responsible for certain parts and aspects of my life in the direction that I go in. With all respect, of course, to God and what He wants for me, but we're not going to be able to talk about what God wants for you until you figure out what you want for yourself. The next question after this awakening is, what are your desires? That's also a big question.
Yeah.
What do you want? What is your desire for your life? What is the desire? What gets, not just what gets you out of bed in the morning, but what is it that you want deep within your heart that not just makes you feel safe, but gives you meaning and directs you? That's from the non-spiritual perspective. From both the spiritual perspective is, what do you desire for your life? And have you brought that to God?
Yeah.
Because the Lord, in your vocation, He wants you to be the most fulfilled version of who you are. And I can't tell you who you are outside of the vague generalities of what the Lord has given me in truth, meaning that you deserve dignity, you deserve truth. God has made you in His image. You are incarnational in being. But who you are as an individual, it's your responsibility to go on that journey to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
So you tell me, who are you and what are your desires?
Yeah. And that would give you a better idea of like what you're wanting to get out of life.
Oh, yeah, because no person that you ask that question to who's correctly adjusted will look you dead in your eye after I say, what is your desire? Tell me your deepest desires. What do you desire for your life? And they look you dead in your face and go, world domination. Like that, they're not gonna say. They're not gonna say that.
No, they'll say something like mac and cheese. To be honest, and it's like, you want comfort. It's like, yeah. And you ask them like why you want the mac and cheese, and they go into this long story about how when they were in the kitchen making it with their mom or making it with their dad, that was the one time they felt safe, and like, you know, they loved the sound of the noodles and like making it together. But ever since their parents died, they never made mac and cheese again. And so they never been in a mode where they felt comfortable enough to make something as simple as mac and cheese.
And most couples won't even get to that conversation.
Yeah.
Because they start drowning each other out. They start drowning each other out because they think they know the other person. And what the problem is, from a person who's not even married, from a person who listens to the problems of married couples, the problem is they stop looking at the mystery in the other person.
Yeah.
That they believe that this person can be a manual and they can read everything from left to right, from first page to last page, and know everything about this person. You're never going to grow. You're never going to change. And when they do grow, when they do change, and they get more understanding about themselves and become a different person, it's almost like you've betrayed them because I understood you. Now I don't understand you. How could you change? How could you switch up on me? Since when are we doing this?
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It is. It is. So my whole thing to you is just basically like, hey, this is a great thing. Keep your head up, you know, and keep moving it forward.
You ever ask for advice and they laugh at you, or worse, they give it with strings attached? I learned some people don't help to help, they help to hold you. So be careful who speaks over your soul, cause not every God told me came from God. Not every I got you means you're safe. Some just wanna wear your story like a chain. Good advice is a treasure map buried in pain. Real truth ain't loud, it don't chase fame. Now I write what I needed, tattooed in flame, for the next lost soul walking out of that rain.
All right, so the Catholic Nurse Research did their 1-2 things. And, they asked people generically. They're like, hey, yo, tell us your story. And they're like, you know what? I really want to know if I should break up. And so here's some scenarios, Father Greg. We'll do it. We'll close out the show with this. It's fun.
Okay.
Should I break up? Ready? All right. This one comes from... they just have states on this one. It's weird. The Catholic University, I don't know. Hey, I know you guys are listening to the show. Can you be consistent on how you decide to do this? If you're going to put, like, locations, don't be hyper... Because we had the one segment where they're hyper-specific, like, bathroom of this place in this state. And it's like, all right, cool, because that's the geotag on whatever, like, the locations that whatever people put it.
Yeah.
On this one, it just says Kentucky.
Somewhere
What am I
in
supposed to do with
Kentucky.
that?
Somewhere in Kentucky.
Yeah. Somewhere in Kentucky. All right, say less. All right, so this comes from a person in Kentucky, right? They go, I met him when I was at my lowest. Not sad girl on the floor, 2 glasses of more low, but I was pretty bad. I was dating ugly men. Anyways.
Okay.
Sleeping too much, skipping meals, ignoring texts.
That's bad?
They called it their lowest.
Okay. Continue. Sorry.
He didn't fix me. He just stayed. He sat there, phone on silent, drove without ever asking me how was my day. He just remembered the small things and made sure I drank water and hydrated.
I'm so happy you guys can't see my face.
Now that I'm better, I'm actually better. I'm laughing again. I'm going out with people, and people ask me, hey, why are you with that ugly guy?
Yo.
And I'm conflicted because, yes, I'm a 7. He's a 3. What do I do? Should I break up?
What? Is that all of it?
That's it. That's it. That is it. I don't know why you were waiting for anything. There's a pause, like, dog. That's it.
Because I know our clientele.
Should they break up?
I know our fan base, and I was waiting for the twist of like, hey, I know I should have led with this. I should have started, but he's also a priest. Like, I can't.
No. There ain't no twist on this one. They're like, listen, I'm a lot more attractive than he is. Should I break up?
Okay, well, this is pretty easy, actually. First and foremost, I don't think you guys should have really gotten together. Like, I think there was an expiration date on your relationship, and the reason I say this is because you were in a, air quotes here that you can't see, low place, and this individual sounds like they showed you basic human kindness and decency. Like, they not only like cared about you, but they looked at you and said, I'm probably gonna try and maybe get to know this person a little bit, or at least just make sure that they're hydrated. Like, she's got some things that she's working through. I'm just gonna listen to her and we'll figure life out. There is no characteristics that she put through. She didn't say he's funny, he's kind, he's sweet.
Nah, it was all about her.
It was all about her.
all
And then
about
she
her.
called him ugly on top of that. That's the only thing we know about this dude.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Quasimodo and like Anna Kendrick.
Well, but
So,
also,
I don't know.
pause though. She did say like he remembered the small things, and he didn't like try to like, oh, how was your day?
But she didn't say, I love the fact that he remembers the small things.
No, she didn't say
There
that.
was that.
She
That's
didn't
how.
say that.
That's how somebody talks about another person when they're in a relationship. I don't
Yeah.
think that they're in. I think from his perspective, they're in a relationship. And from her perspective, she's keeping him around.
Facts.
And yeah, in that case, you probably should break up. Because if you're worrying so much about the fact that you're calling him ugly, and you're worried about the fact that other people are calling him ugly, and I haven't heard it, just from my perspective, my seat on the bus here, ladies and gentlemen, that I haven't heard a single thing in this letter that says, yo, I know he's ugly, but here's his redeeming qualities, or here's the reason I'm in a relationship with him. I mean, it feels like it's going to end eventually, because hopefully when, not if, but when he gains that confidence and realizes like, yo, I am giving energy to somebody who's not giving this energy back, and this person really just thinks I'm ugly, and I'm just kind of around, I'm just going to do something else with my time. And I hope that he figures that out.
I mean, facts. But what are you supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do?
I
don't
would
know.
say typically we do like break up, stay together, conversation. I think this is a conversation, not necessarily a breakup. And you really need to be honest with yourself, sis. Because come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. He's not doing anything. He's he's trying his best, and you're not giving. It sounds like you ain't giving anything to this relationship.
Exactly, and this is just based off of this letter. There might be more context here that she didn't put in there, or maybe she stopped prematurely, stuff like that. Free my boy Quasimodo. You know,
Free my boy Quasimodo. Hey, Quasimodo, write us. CatholicNoble.org/follow the fathers. CatholicNoble.org/
F2F,
and let us know. Maybe you should do a hear me out if you were listening to this.
Hear me out. I just wanted to know she was hydrated.
Yo, we call her brown water for a reason. Like, she needs to drink more water.
I can't.
Like, what are we doing? Oh, shoot. All right. Next situation. I texted her. I deleted it. I drove there. I sat outside of her place. She texted me back.
Get away from my house.
I didn't cheat, though.
What? Whoa. That's the twist I was waiting for. I was waiting for someone else to say something that's completely left field.
She texted back. I didn't cheat, though. I texted back, but you were going to. She texted back. Going to is not the same thing as doing it. I
got questions. I
texted back. I don't know what you wanted, but clearly it's not me. She texted back. I hate how honest you're being right now. Listen, you're making this weird. Stop being weird. I didn't cheat on you. I texted back. Was he naked or not? She texted back. Define naked. Should I break up? That's all I got, dog. I got nothing else but that text chain.
Wow. Okay. This is more tough because obviously something needs to. She's reacting. She's reacting.
He's reacting.
He's reacting. Okay.
Yeah, it's a guy.
All right. I can tell because it was back and forth. It was a little bit too fast, but he's reacting to something that has happened that he viewed as imminent, that there was going to be infidelity within their relationship.
Right.
That being said, off the strength of that alone, there needs to be a conversation, because from what I'm gathering from this letter, they're still in the position of, you just found out, you're icing me out from communication. I'm trying to explain myself. I cannot tell you if the explanation is valid. I don't know. I got a lot of questions. I
got questions. I don't even. Some of this I don't understand. I'm like, wait.
I don't.
What?
Yeah. What is going? How do you know if someone's going to cheat?
Well, it could be a situation. To be fair, it could be a situation like very simple where like let's say she just accidentally texted him instead of the other person, and it was something salacious, or like he was feeling paranoid and he just goes up to her and is like, hey, such and such told me about X, Y, and Z. Or he comes home and coming to visit her, or she's supposed to be at his crib or whatever, and he walks in and there's just someone else there and he's like, what is going on?
Or she was supposed to travel for work and they went to like Mexico to a situation where they went to a couples resort, but just happened to not know they were going to a couples resort.
How do you,
I don't know how that happens.
And that type of stuff. Like,
and they knock on the door and there happens to be someone else there with a whole bunch of roses.
Right.
And then it just blinks out from there, and then we continue the story without knowing what happened.
That is a real story that we got. Like, go back into our archives and you'll hear that story. That was a hear me out that I just said, how?
I was mad.
How, Sway?
I couldn't.
All right, so what do you think? I'm thinking this is a conversation. You need to talk.
Yeah, let's have the conversation. And if it leads to a breakup from there, then fine. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But have the conversation.
Okay. That you know what? Let's do one more. I think one more is going to be good. Let's do one more and then we'll head out of here. Okay. It wasn't cheating. Not technically. It started as a joke with his best friend, who was literally day one. They knew each other since middle school.
He's like a friend to me.
Yeah.
He's like a brother to me. Sorry.
Was over all the time, and we would just banter hard. Like hard.
What? How hard?
Hard. And one night, we were drinking, and he goes, "If you guys weren't dating, I'd steal her." I laughed, but obviously, I texted him afterwards. They're like, "Was that a joke?" Then we started talking over the next 6 months. We haven't kissed. We haven't had sex and done anything physical. It's just tension. Lots of tension. Now, every time he walks over, I look at him, he looks at me, and we just smirk at each other the entire time from across the room. My boyfriend, oblivious to everything that's going on.
Oh, no.
Last week, he looked at me, kissed me so deeply, and said, I'm lucky to have you. Because out of everyone in my life, you're the one person I know who would never hurt me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for laughing. That's not what I meant.
I looked him in the eye and said, of course, sweetie. Should I break up? I feel like I should.
I think a conversation needs to happen, not between you and the boyfriend, but definitely between you and the other person, the friend.
You and the best friend, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't be out here dating his day one. That's not.
Yeah, no, that's
you,
not
you
okay.
can't be in a situationship with his day one.
That's
that,
never going to be okay.
Ladies, let me explain you to something. Guys don't have a lot of things. But if we identify another male as like, that's my day one, that is family now.
Yep.
That is like my brother.
Yep.
And so if anything happens, he is going to tell me.
Yes.
And the only reason why he hasn't said anything yet, because nothing has happened that he knows personally your boyfriend isn't going to freak out about. Because up until this point, it's been okay. As soon as it's getting to that line, I guarantee you it's going to be a conversation where he goes, listen. Listen. All right? Here's the situation. And the fact that he said publicly, if y'all two weren't dating, hey, I date her. I would steal her if y'all two weren't dating.
that would have been such a long conversation if it were me.
Hey.
A long conversation.
Hey.
Because we're all drinking, so like, yo, you got comments, I got comments too.
If that was me and I was sitting there and I just said, you know what? If you two weren't dating, I'd steal it from you.
Bro, I would hit a pause so quick. I'm like, tell me what you mean by that. Also, show your work.
Oh, word? You think I can't see her from
Show
you?
your work. It's like, it's okay. I don't really think that. No. I didn't ask you anything. I asked him the question.
All right.
Show your work.
Listen. I'm just trying to say she attractive, dog. I want a girl like that.
But that's not what you said.
That's not what I said.
That's not what
true.
you said.
That's true. I was out of pocket, disrespectful. I clock it.
And
My
then-
bad.
And then we just move on.
That's it. And that's how guys work. We don't fuss with Falco would never bring this up.
Nope.
Ever.
Never.
And it would be like, yo, we squashed it. But if I would have been like, I don't know what you were talking about. Now it's treacherous.
Oh, word?
Now it's
Your name's going to be in the group chat.
dog. Oh, that was a good show, ain't it?
Yeah.
And for all of us here at Catholic Notebook Experience Studios, we love you. You're very special.
Go forth and bear good fruit.
We out.
Will life and faith meet?
Father to Father is a production of Spirit Stream Studios. All rights reserved.